Alrighty then, friends. We're back. We're back in town. We're back live. Thanks for joining. I think 17 people already waiting. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is going to be an interesting stream. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me, if you can see me, if everything works correctly, because it's been actually 2 years since I had the last live stream. I looked it up. It was like in November 2023 or something. So yeah, let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from, if you're feeling good today. I'm super excited for this stream. There are a couple of reasons I wanted to make this stream. I will let you know about them. I do have a rough plan for today, so because I gotta give like a title to YouTube for the upcoming stream, so I have to figure out what I want to do. But it's kind of hard. I want to make these streams more casual again. Like if you watched like some sort of gamer stream or like just hanging out, I don't know how much you're in the streaming scene. Like they just do whatever, and I just also want to like have a nice live stream with you folks and meet you live, hear your questions in the chat, see what you're up to, maybe discuss some topics with you. I just don't want to be alone and like always talk only to the camera. So thanks to everyone tuning in. The problem is that this is like the stream is always recorded, so people will watch it later on YouTube. And I know like people like Vadim and other folks, they use like the live streams as their primary videos. So people have like this polished resource, this polished live stream where they can come in and do exactly the topic of the stream. And so it's kind of hard to balance that. I just want to have fun with you, but I still want to do some interesting stuff. Yeah, we'll see. Also, quick note up front, I have no idea if my technology like works correctly here. I've set this up new. I think already the chat view looks somewhat messed up. Yes, really possible. Yeah, we're gonna do something with React Native and Godot today. Absolutely. I don't know why the chat isn't really showing up here in the live stream. That looks strange. But anyway, I will try my transitions and then. So, we're gonna wait like, let's just have a quick chat for like 1 or 2 more minutes before we dive into some coding. Plan for today is 3 things. First, React Native Godot. We're gonna see what's possible. I tried something before. I want to go with you through this again. The thing is actually I didn't want to try that before. I was just too excited, so I tried it. But honestly, I just want to do more live streams and say, hey, today we explore Godot. Today we look at Skia. Today we look at Uniwind. And just like without any experience, go into that and then just like go through the docs and check out problems. And I think that would be really helpful for you because there are so many things like backends and SDKs and APIs that you can use. And I just don't want to like prepare the live stream for like 2 hours every week because I know that was the problem the last time. So the last time I made live streams, the problem was always that it became just like another video I had to prepare and then like perform here. So I want to keep these light. As I said, just have a nice interaction with you, talk about React Native, talk about what's going on. Do a bit of coding? Absolutely, yes. Answer your questions? Absolutely, yes. Answer any other questions? Yes, probably as well. And maybe also play some games because, I mean, we can also play games and talk in the meantime. So, coming back to today's topic. First of all, React Native Godot. Second one, React Native games. This stream is anyway called React Native. I mean, it's called React Native Godot games, but we can venture a bit off the past because I have something I wanted to show you about React Native games as well. I'm super excited about that. And the third one, if we've done all of that, in Germany we have a saying, erst die Arbeit, dann das Vergnügen, which basically means work first and pleasure later. So when we've done the work together, we might also play some WoW in the end. Because yeah, I gotta admit, I currently play WoW with a friend, and I actually like it. And some of you told me I should do WoW Hardcore. So for all of you who don't know this, WoW World of Warcraft, and hardcore means if you have a character and you die you're actually done. You can start again from the beginning. So maybe if we're done with the work, we can play some WoW and I can start my first hardcore character. I've never done this before and I'm really not a pro in WoW. So that's gonna be interesting. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's dive into the stream. This is actually this is incorrect. What you're seeing is absolutely not correct. So this is the technical issue I was talking about. I think on the stream you right now see, yes, something that's absolutely not there. Why is that the case? So let me figure that out. In the meantime, let's see, YouTube didn't remind me even when I set a notification. That is not very nice. Tried React Native Skia, but too slow. Expo 3 is outdated. Definitely cool things to check out in the future as well, Skia and React Native 3. So yeah, we're gonna go through all of the chat. Let me quickly figure out why this isn't working. Maybe just gonna come back to my scene for the moment. The problem here really is, why is my background not showing my actual camera? It just shows like a picture. But that's, of course, not my... This is like a background thing. We got the stream. Here it is, Mac OS screen capture. Okay, yeah. Great screen capture. It would probably be great if you would actually capture my screen. Oh, yeah, that's almost better. That's also not better. Oh my. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it figured out now. Let's see if this moves. Yeah, this moves. Oh my. Okay. Here we go. You can see this. So I will just start a new Expo application. I guess I have to zoom in. So Bunix create Expo Godot example. I will use bun because I think bun is faster and npx is also fine. And I will use cursor for my Godot example. And I will open up the editor as good as possible and you will tell me if you can see everything. And I will also zoom 1, 2, 3, 4 times in. I think that should be enough. Okay, so my view in the bottom corner is actually quite big, right? Anyway, one thing I want to run is bun reset project. I always like to run this in the beginning because this gets rid of the default Expo structure up here. Because by default you have like tabs and all that stuff, and I really don't want to have this. So let's remove this. And once we got this, we can already run Bunix Expo and bring up our application. I actually don't know. We probably need to make a dev build out of this. I assume we can't run this with the Expo Go application. All right, let's check the chat real quickly. Please tell me the best approach on Expo. I don't know exactly what kind of best approach you mean. Hey, have you tried Claude Code for React Native? Yeah, I've absolutely tried Claude Code. Honestly, currently, or the last couple of days, I tried in Cursor the agents here. And in the agent view, I tried the new, they have like the Composer 1 model up here. Can I? Oh, come on. Thank you. If you look here. So here is Composer 1. I heavily used this the last couple of days to kind of wipe code a game, and it's awesome. It is unbelievable fast. I had to tune this off now because I actually reached some limits. So, yeah, but usually I also have an icon up here. I don't know why I can't see it right now. That's actually pretty strange. I usually have an icon in my top bar for Claude Code in VS Code. So in the past, I definitely used a lot of Claude Code in there. So Simon, first live stream from this React Native game look very interesting. Yeah, we're gonna see how far we can get. Cloud Code is absolutely great. Absolutely. Honey, working in React Hub games, it's like the perfect. Yeah, that's cool. I haven't jobs, so what do you have strong knowledge in React Native Expo? Yeah, the job market isn't too great right now, I guess. So I'm sorry about that. But as far as I know, the amount of jobs for React Native is actually rising. So there gotta be more jobs in the future, I think. Just do your best. Get out there. Maybe create some repositories. I don't know if that information is still valid. I haven't replied for a job like for quite some time. So yeah, that's probably the best advice I can give right now. Okay, we do have an application up and running, as you can see, but I will close this since we need a pre-build from our application anyway. Now, let's check out what we need is the React Native Godot package. So let's dive into this. A couple of weeks, I noticed that this package here was released. I have actually no clue about Godot, but I know that it's sort of a game engine and you can now embed your Godot game in React Native. This was like the preview here. Let's take a look at it. Pretty cool stuff, I think. And it basically means you can code an entire game in Godot and then bring it into your React Native application. So I won't build you this Godot game today, but I found some pretty cool Godot examples. I will just grab one of these. So from the Godot demo project, I'm giving all credits go to the Godot demo project here. I will just download a zip for the moment. Or do I really want to download a zip? Was that a good idea? Maybe it was the best idea I had today. How big is this repository? Anyway, if I had cloned it, it would be the same story. And we're going to use one of the projects from there. If you're starting with a React Native Godot project, what you want to do is, first of all, you don't want to get confused by the README. Let's do this. Let's expand this. So here it is. And what I will do, we have my React Native project here. To make life a bit easier, I will actually take one of the examples. So let's copy the folder over. That one's called skeleton. I will just copy that Godot project here into my React Native app. You don't have to do this. If you have a giant Godot project, you probably most likely don't want to do this. But I'm gonna do it. Then there's some helping scripts to export a Godot application here on the repository. Most importantly, I also installed the Godot editor. But if you're a Godot developer, which you probably are, then you probably already have it installed. For React Native folks, the information kind of begins here, your first React Native Godot app. Now let's get started. You first want to add that to your app. What is our zoom factor here? I feel like I messed this up. It should be 4. Is this 4? Yeah, now it's 4. Okay, Bunix, install, oops. What did I mess up here? Does it just Bunix add? It's just bun add. Okay. Install the package, no matter how you do it. I really don't care. I think beyond that, we do have everything in our application. We have the gesture handler, we have reanimated, so I don't think we need any other specific packages. Now, how does it work? We have to load our Godot application, and we also need the Expo file system plugin. So let's add that one as well. Bun add Expo file system. Now, with that in place, I think we can do a first pre-build. So Bunix Expo pre-build. I will do it for iOS because that usually works more reliable on my end, but you can also do it for Android. Let's check what's going on in the chat. You're very active. I'm sorry. As I said, I need to get into this again. Hey, from Brazil, let's game today then, Joel. As I said, first the work. We're gonna do the work first, and maybe we're gonna do some WoW later. You can join me. Can you tell me the best place to learn React Native, Exposure? Yeah, galaxies.dev is your place to learn React Native. No, seriously. I do my best. I have a lot of free YouTube tutorials. Just released the giant world clone the other day, which is like, I hope for at least a great resource. I previously used React Native game engine to create a hidden mini game in the application of the company. Where that sounds interesting. I never checked out React Native game engine. What is this package? Looks like it had a little popularity bump and then it crashed down. What happened? React Native, a lightweight game engine for React Native. 3K stars? You know, this is the thing that's kind of like, it makes me really scary. When I see this year, 6 years, 8 years, whatever, I'm like, probably not. I mean, yeah, you can probably build some internal games. Probably not the style of games you would usually see today, but looks quite fancy. I just saw this package support Expo. That's amazing. I mean, well, combine with Expo. Yeah, you can combine it with everything pretty much. I have to download Godot. Yeah, because you already, yeah. Congratulations. If you already have Unity, now you can also download Godot. Congratulations. Also to build something, get into the weeds. Yep, let's do it. We added the two things. Now, let's open up this folder and let's take a quick look at our Godot app. So I will just open the project Godot just to give you an impression of how this looks. I hope this is not crashing my computer now, because this Godot editor is like a beast. Okay, so this is the Godot editor. I'll swap to 2D. You can see that here is actually, it's actually from the screenshot from our title. There's like a mini map and there's like a little skeleton buddy here that pretty much works in this Godot app. Now, if you want to, you can run this. So here's the preview. I can now use left, right, and space to jump, pretty much like in WoW. Yeah, it's close to World of Warcraft, right? So we just have like a little platform game. I don't really care about all the other stuff going on here. What I want is I want to make this work with React Native. Why is the question maybe? Because I think with Godot you can actually export for mobile, but with Expo you get a lot more. You can like build many screens or like menus, a lot easier, logic, connect to your database. You don't have to do that kind of stuff in Godot. You could just have like the main game here, the game arc in Godot, and do the rest in React Native. So that's the whole point of it. Now, how do we export this? You can actually go into the Godot editor. So don't flame me, really. I'm an idiot with Godot. But you can do like an export here and create a package. But what I found to be easier and more reliable is if we actually take the script from the repository. So somewhere is a script here. Somewhere, maybe it's in the example repository, and you want to take that one because it's actually pretty great. So here are, so export Godot. Yeah, this one. I think I should have that one somewhere. I will copy that over. I also got that repository. So there's like this export Godot app script. I took this exactly as it is. And then there's another script. The other script is for actually exporting that. And that one has like some specific commands in it. This is Godot test. Export Godot test. Yeah, at the end of the day, this called export Godot, right? Yeah, that's the thing. So let's do this one here. So this one uses the export Godot sh. The target here, we have some parameters we have to pass into that script. Then I want to use the name skeleton. That's probably important because that is my directory, and here is also the directory skeleton. So both of them reference the Godot repository I have copied in here. Again, if you have this Godot repository somewhere else, of course you would have to apply the changes to the script, or you could use the Godot editor to make an export. Essentially what you want to do is you want to have a package from your Godot application. And with this script, it's possible. I think we should at this point be able to simply run the export Godot skeleton. Oh yeah, and you want to have the platform, so I will do iOS. And this will do a build. Now, I only installed the Godot editor on my Mac. I haven't done like any kind of SDK or other fancy brew packages, and that's probably why we got an error. This project doesn't have an export presets CFG file at the roots. Okay. I never had this in my life, but okay. Well, let's see. Probably. Okay, no exports presets. Probably you get this if you do it from Godot. So let's open the Godot project again. I think, okay, let's watch this. This is the repository, right? It lives in my app. So if I do an export here, this is in the Godot project export. And then I do a new preset. Because I have no idea, I will just select iOS. Ah, yeah, it automatically creates that one. Nice. Okay, nice. I will not fill in anything here. Because I don't think so. Because I don't think we need it. After we have the presets, let's try to run the script again. Because I really like to rely on that script. I think it makes life a lot easier. I mean, it would have been probably like one more click from the Godot editor, but let's see if we can get it done with the script. Yes, that looks good. Somewhere I'm blind. Where is it stored? Where does this script actually create the file? The target here, platform, project here, platform Oh, right. The cool thing of this script is that it also automatically, you'll have like platform iOS selected here. It automatically takes your package and places it in the native iOS folder because we're not using Expo Go. That's not working with the React Native Godot package. And now down here in the iOS package, you can see the skeleton. Am I covering this with my head? I'm curious. So I'll just move this slightly to the side so you can definitely see this. Right here is the skeleton package in the iOS folder. So it automatically copies it over. That is another manual step that you would have to do otherwise. So let's close this. Okay, we sailed around the first edges already here. Quite good. Anyone else following? I'll watch the recording later. Have fun. Thank you. React Native Game Engine, yeah, absolutely outdated. You should create a Udemy course. Yeah. Udemy. Yeah, Akash, you don't have to spam the comments multiple times. I can read it. You leave it one time. Thank you. So we now have the skeleton package in here. I think it will still not work yet. But let's see. So there was a little like trial and error here with the project. But we can talk about that in a second. So what I want is I want definitely in my layout to have actually no provider. We don't need a provider. We now just need the loading code. So let's grab the loading code and then place a React Native Godot view in our app. Essentially, we just have to do it like this. In our application, I will just say flex1. We're going to add the React Native Godot view. And this view, this package also comes with a couple of other. Cannot find, I think they actually have like typings or a typings package. What was that one? Let's see, in the package JSON. Actually, it's already one version later. I thought they had fixed this. I remember that in the beginning also the imports weren't working for me, but that's not a problem. Okay, let's just set this to flex1 here, and we have our view. Now we need to initialize the Godot file. They actually used the Expo file system legacy implementation. I hope they can update that in the future. So we do have a function here to init our Godot app. So let's import this from React Native. We can actually kind of skip Android for the moment, but let's keep it in there. And React Native Godot comes from that package as well, just like run on Godot thread. All right, that's the starting point of our application. This creates a new Godot instance. It uses the main pack and the name of the file. In my case, good pick by AI. My file is called skeleton package. And it's hopefully in the file system bundle directory. I will just leave the rest to the defaults because, as I said, I don't know exactly what's going on here. I heard a sound. I assume that was some sort of subscription. So thanks for subscribing. Let's call this const init Godot. And then I just like the way more. Okay, so we need to call this, of course, when our application starts. So I'd say let's add a use effect block here. And in there, we're going to just call use affected. Thank you, AI. That is a new one. So in theory, this should initialize my Godot application. I have no idea if that's the case, but let's do bunix expo run iOS, and then we just have to wait. Thanks for subscribing. Oh, what's going on today? Let's see if we can get something. Oh no, on the screen here. Let's see. Can I cover the right build script for export Godot? Absolutely. It's not mine. It's one. It was here on the example repository of the React Native Godot package. So all credits to those folks. Hi Simon. Hey Hyder. How are you doing? I've just joined. What game are you building? I'm trying to get a React Native application running with a Godot package inside. That's the main thing we're gonna do first. So let's do the build and let's wait a second. I will check the code and see if I feel good about this. I do have one worry about this application already, but maybe we're gonna wait until the build is ready, because the React Native Godot package, as instructed, looks in the file system. Oh, thanks. That's a good bug. Keep my thought. libgodot h file not found. Good question. Let's see. We can figure that out. Is there an open issue is the first thing I always look. Friendly support app, PNPM. Where can I find joystick issue running with Expo app? Build failed. That looks good. This is not the one. I'm also getting the same issues. Okay, it looks like there are a couple of issues for Android. Yeah, let's do I can do a clean pre-build again, but that probably wouldn't change that error. Bunix expo pre-build platform iOS -- clean. Yes. Let's regenerate that. Also, one thing I just noticed is that I actually want to run my application in landscape. So you saw the game, it looked better in landscape. So before we do anything bad about the native projects, how about we set this up somewhere? Up here should be orientation. Let's set that to landscape. And then I can also directly do this again. Yes. Okay. Godot example, landscape. Rest looks otherwise really good to me. Is there anything else? It says SDK local. Use Expo to avoid all. No, Expo is actually fine. That's not the problem here. Okay, I can't find any other open issues, so I assume it's on me, and therefore I hope it will just work now the next time we run this. So let's see. Installing build. By the way, I will just, for everyone interested, post a package here. Here we go. That is the package. Okay, and now we can do Bunix Expo run iOS. Yes, I will do it in another view because I got a special app up and running. Now let's hope it works. If it's not working now, we have a problem. libgodot h file not found. I just hope it works now. Oh, come on. So we'll try one thing. I previously used version 1 of the package. So I will now go ahead with bun install the package at 1.0.0 instead and try the build again. Oh, there was something. There was like a... I feel like there was something we had to do for iOS. Let's check out the documentation again. Getting installed. This is... No. Yes, I did that. No. Yeah, right. Configure and download libgodot. That's it. That's the one. That's the one we're gonna do. I think you need... Yes, exactly, Chad. Thank you. Can I do this with bun as well? I hope so. But then I should also install the latest version again. I think this was the only issue. Yeah. So you gotta download, configure and download libgodot. These commands will resolve all the React Native and other dependencies. The second will download the pre-built libgodot release from GitHub. This is absolutely required. So now I will also install the latest version again. And then we're gonna come back to finally running our app on iOS. I hope I don't have to make another pre-build now. Maybe, maybe not. I think it should work like this. I just don't want to make a clean build again. Yes. Please run it now. Convenience scripts. We don't need that. Yes, we've downloaded. Really? Let's do another clean. What is the your first update package JSON? Okay, we did that. libgodot package used by React are not distributed. They are instead downloaded by issuing the following command: download pre-build. We did that. We did that stuff. We did all of that. We're not yet here. We should have the files included now. Yeah, pre-build probably. Let's hope it's the pre-build. Let's just hope for it. Because otherwise I don't think... All right, let's try again. Yes, please do. Oh, no, goodness, my heart. Oh, I almost spilled my coffee, but the cup was empty anyway. Whew, bullet dodged. Let's see if we can dodge the C++ bullet here now. That would be really sweet. Otherwise, I really need your help again. But we downloaded it. That's weird. We downloaded the module. Huh. We added that one. And we also made this one. Do we have to run this like... Where exactly is this downloading the files to, I wonder? Processing, libgodot. Okay, I got the imports. Let's open up iOS and check out the project if we can spot any problems here. this honestly looks okay to me. 16 Pro, let's try to run it on iPhone. iPhone 17? Where is iPhone 16 Pro? I don't see it. Anyway, that's strange. Yeah, we got the same issue from the Godot module. Pre-build. I've done the pre-build. Godot C++. So this brings me back to my initial assumption that I will install better the version I used before here, 0.0. I don't know what they fixed in version 1 or if they improved anything. Installed with binaries, download pre-build. No. I was just curious if like the order and how we do this matters, but it doesn't. I can't remember doing anything else before. Yes, please run this. Anyone got an idea? This should normally work, and I have absolutely no idea why it's not working. Node modules, Godot modules, something. This should absolutely work. React Native, Godot, common Godot module. Package JSON Godot example. What is this file? Where am I here? Oh, I'm in the Godot module.h. Okay. Yeah, this looks exactly like it. Is it because they're using a Yarn workspace? I rarely use Yarn, and I also didn't use that Yarn command before. So I don't think it has to do anything. I mean, I could just download their repository, but I had problems with their repository as well. Let me remove the iOS repository. I am pretty sure that it's just like some sort of caching issue here, because we did everything right. So if I remove the repository, I install that stuff. Are you using Calico Games React Native? No, I use the new, what's it called? React Native Godot package. It's from, who built it? Born? Born.com, yeah. It's like I think it's a company. Born.com here. Interesting website. But anyway, it's from that company. So if this isn't working now, I will just do bun run bunix expo run iOS again. If this isn't working, I do have one additional idea, but it's very strange. It's very strange. Trying to make the demo example work, yeah. I could do that. The problem is I do have some other code. Maybe I can prepare something for you. Let's see. We give it another try. I'm still not out of hope. Make sure you have downloaded the right version of the pre-built files. Ooh, that's another story. I have no idea what kind of version I've downloaded. Where can I check the versions of the pre-built files? This can it work with Expo? Yes, it can work with Expo. Yes. Yes, the types are still missing. I think they made this last week completed, but probably not merged that one yet. When used static, it fails with the following error. Native module, blah blah blah. Yeah, but we're not using static frameworks, so that can't be our issue. We have a different issue. Is Pengo game in the video? I don't think so. The Pengo game is something special. Project fails with new arc enabled. That should absolutely not be the case. After a clean build, we appreciate the fix. Guys, I think there is something going on. I don't want to say it, but I think our build works. I don't want to look at it. You know this feeling when in the corner of your eye you notice that the build is actually taking longer than it did the last time, but you don't want to look there because you think if you look at it you might like break it again. So I will not look at my build. Only if I see like a green line at the bottom here, then I will look there and tell you that the build worked. But I'm optimistic that, as I said, it's just a caching issue. We did the download, we installed the package, and there's nothing else to this besides downloading the pre-built stuff. So where do I look now? I can't look anywhere. Let's just drink something. That's always good. You should use version 1.0.1 and then run download pre-builds, then do a CocoaPods install. I think we kind of did. Besides that, we now have version 1.0.00. Either with bundle exec-pod install or if you use Expo. Thanks, Gergely. Thanks for all the support here. I hope, honestly, that we are on the right track. I hope we're on the right track, folks. This looks pretty good. The build is damn far. We're definitely further than we've been last time. Yeah, I'm using Expo, Bunix Expo run iOS automatically does the CocoaPod install. So I think we're on track here, my friends. It's already compiling the splash screen. I can't look there. Please work. Please. If it works, and I think it does, then what should we see? We should see, yes, it works. Nice. It installs. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yes, I want to open the Godot example. It should open in landscape. As you can see, it does open in landscape. My simulator is just not landscape. Cannot find native module Expo audio. Yes, okay. Cool story. I'm not using Expo audio. Am I? Where am I using Expo audio? Where is someone using Expo audio? Cannot find module in Expo audio. Who's talking about Expo audio? I have the Expo file system plugin installed. Nothing related to audio. Failed to get Nitro modules. Yeah, this is not a Nitro. But is this a Nitro module actually? I'm a bit confused here because maybe I should have used a different bundle name. Sound effect files. Sound.ts. This is from like a game, but this is absolutely not. Okay, let's do. Install the dev client. The dev client is always good. Bunix Expo install Expo dev client. I want to have that one. Will I install the audio package just to like? No, this can't be the case. But I will change my my bundle identifier here and like Godot stream, and I will update it here as well. Supports tablet 2, new arc2, whatever. So we can do the fun again. I think there was an issue with the other application I had running, so I might just close that one. Yeah, I think this other dev server was running and that kind of confused the Godot package too hard. Standard workday with React Native, 80% battling it and 20% work on features. Yeah, absolutely. So true, so true. Like you follow the documentation here for 5 minutes and then you venture off for like 20 minutes at least to fix the build and some debugging. I'm having a hard time with styling my app. Do you have any recommendation on how to do it? Says DJ Avia. Yeah, I have many ideas on styling your application. Honestly, I currently just try to use Stylesheet as far as possible. So if I just do a native application, I will probably just rely on Stylesheet as it works okay-ish for me, and especially with AI. Beyond that, Native Wind, UniWind are great packages you can use right now. UniStyles is also good. Tamagui is good. There are many, like they all have some pros and cons. I should probably like compare the different packages at one point. I think that could be actually really interesting. I just don't want to say like this package is bad or because they are all kind of good. They just maybe better in specific areas. So like Tamagui shines in a different place than UniStyles, for example. It does not support simulator. I think it does. I think I had it running on a simulator before. Ha! You said it's not supporting the simulator, but here we are. Okay. We finally figured out the build. Okay, we have Godot installed. We're running, we're creating the instance. We're doing everything as we should do. We have the app up and running. We've also set it to landscape in the app.json, by the way. Now, why is it not showing anything? The problem is that the script we initially ran, and if you're new, if you just joined the stream, we copied over those two scripts from the repository here. And this one places our file in the native iOS folder. But that's not enough. The problem is here we're using the file system bundle directory skeleton package, and the file in the iOS terms is not in the bundle. The file is in the bundle if we put it in the bundle. So how do we do that? We can now go into here and you will see in Xcode there's actually no such file. So what you want to do now is you want to grab that file. Thanks for subscribing. You want to grab that. Where's my skeleton file? I need to run the script again. Come on. Getting ridiculous here. Export Godot skeleton sh iOS. Yeah, I regenerated the native platforms. That's why the skeleton is gone. But again, this is, as far as I understand, iOS not enough. Just having a file in there is usually not recognized by iOS. So you want to place it in the Godot example and you want to make sure that you hit that mark here. Incredibly important. Hit that mark. It should be a target of that project. Only now it is part of the bundle. Okay? So now we should be able to run this again. I could have also run this now from Xcode. Wouldn't have made a difference. But this is an important step. Now, I talked to the creator here of the package before, so he will probably update the README about this. I think it should be somehow possible, I don't know if from this script or from a config plugin with Expo, to copy over a package file into your iOS application and place it in the bundle. I think there's probably, we could just check like what changed in Git, then we will probably see it. And now, ta-da! We have a Godot game, friends. We have a Godot game running in React Native. That was quite hard to figure out, huh? But it was worth it. It was worth it, absolutely. So at this point, we can do some optimizations. But let me quickly look at what you said before. If you run on simulator, make sure you run with the metal renderer, otherwise it will be very slow. How do I turn on the metal renderer, Judgely? You know a lot about Godot and React Native, so let me know. That would be awesome. Standard, yes, same thing happened. If you want to say yes, metal renderer. How do I do it? Oh, Born.com joined. Thanks, Born. Thanks for the chat, for the package. How do I turn on the metal renderer now? That would be interesting. Is the reason you went back from native wind in your latest clones because of Expo 54? Is it? No, not really. It's more like native wind is close to version 5, but also not released yet. And I want to use the latest version because it has some pretty nice upgrades. And therefore, I paused using native wind for the moment. But I will definitely use it again in the future. We built metal support for simulator in libgodot. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Took only 40 minutes. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what the live stream is about. It's not just about like showing you the exact way to use something. Like if you had done this, you would have encountered exactly the same problems. Most likely even more if you built for Android. There's one thing we want to change, of course, and that's for our stack here. Yeah, I don't want to make this globally. Let's make this only for the index and then wrap this in parentheses. Okay, so now we're getting rid of the header. Okay, looks a bit better, I think. Problem is I can't control this in any way, this good friend. Can you move the character? No, I can't. And that is what we want to do now. So now that we have our instance, we can actually talk about the rest here of the Godot package because that's only like half of the story. There's a lot more in the API of the package, so you can pause it, you can resume it, or down here, you can get like entry to the API. You can get a singleton and then you can export properties. Again, I'm an absolute noob about Godot. I just know how to piece together a couple of things. So what I want to do now is I first want to check out my Godot application one more time. So the Godot application, Godot example skeleton project looked like this. And there's like a level file. There's a player here. I don't know. Yeah, here's the player file. In the player file, I think I can't zoom in. Sorry, I have no idea how the Godot editor works. Let's see, can I take a screenshot? I don't want to center this. I want to increase the font size. This editor. Can't find anything about like making the text size bigger. Anyway, it essentially handles like there's a function here, physics process, and we kind of need to mimic that. There's actually also a nice little try jump down there. So we can probably call that one if we want to jump later. And I previously created 4 additional functions for this one here with the help of AI. So a function start move left, stop move left, start move right, and stop move right. If you can't see the code, let me quickly. Could I open the I can open this in my VS Code in Cursor. Skeleton, that was I think the player? Nope. Here. So if I hit save in the, right here are the 4 functions. And they will essentially mimic an input. I don't know if this is the best way to do things. Again, no idea about Godot, but this would mimic if the user presses left or releases left or right or releases right. And for try jump, that was actually already included. And now with the help of the package and the engine, we should also be able to directly call these functions. Now, before I get ahead of myself, I need to make sure that I save this. Then I want to export that again which kind of should replace the file in the iOS folder. I wonder if it like automatically gets the new one if I do. Okay. So I should add rendering driver metal rendering method mobile. Where exactly do I edit this? Do I add this to the export Godot script? Like, do I have to add this somewhere in the export Godot script, the rendering driver metal, or is this something that I can place probably in here? Because here is rendering driver metal. And what rendering method? Mobile. Nice improvement. Thank you so much. That's pretty cool. Okay, we created the new skeleton package. I hope iOS does automatically update the stuff. What we now need as well is, where's my app? Buttons. We need buttons. And this is the cool thing now. So we do have the React Native Godot view, but it's still essentially a React app, a React Native app. And therefore we can do all the good React Native things, which means let's place some buttons in here. I will just do a touchable opacity, although I heard the touchable opacity is uncool today. And on press, I want to have a function handle jump. Okay. This should run on Godot thread. You might have worked with worklets on the UI thread in Reanimated before. It's kind of similar. And this one should now call handle jump. And I will use ionicons name. It's again this. Someone told me to refresh packages or so. Then I should have the imports automatically. Refresh. Extensions refresh. Search trigger. Extensions refresh? Not really. That's not really what I wanted to do. Okay. Back to this. So ionicons, I will use arrow up or whatever. We should potentially place this button in an absolute style way. So let's do button styling here, absolute. And then we also add this to React Native, of course. So where is my button? Is there a button somewhere? I can't see it. Let's give it like a red background. It has a red background. Okay. Bottom 20, left 20, width 50. Where is my button? Where is my button? There. It was behind the React Native Godot view. We should give it a higher index. Yes. Okay. We have a button. Let's probably also add 2 more buttons. No, those can't be buttons. Yeah. Okay. So the jump buttons should now somehow trigger our jump action in Godot. In Godot, it was called, let's check it out. Skeleton, player Godot, try jump. So now we should be able to do this. First, I want to get the Godot instance let's just do it like they do it, the cool kids here. Okay, we're getting the Godot API, and then we're grabbing our engine. From the scene tree, we get our main loop, and then we get our root element. Then I want to get my player element. How is it called? I think it's not called player. I think it's called differently. Let's check this out in Godot. I have the feeling, I think the last time I used it, it wasn't called player. Yeah, if I look here in Godot, up here, it's called skeletal player. So I think that is actually the scene name. It's also showing up here. I wonder if anywhere in the code here it says, not in this one probably. Does it anywhere say skeletal player or so? Is there like a class name? Where can I find this node, or is this only something I can see in Godot? I'm pretty sure it's it should be skeletal player, and then I can call not jump. I think it's called try jump. Okay, I need more monitors for all these editors. So where's my app? Here it is. Okay, I didn't expect that to work on the first try. Okay, it says jumping. Cannot read property call of null. Root. Let's try find child. I think it's child. Did I have a typo? I think find child does have more parameters here. I don't know exactly why that's the case. Let's try. Oh! Whew. Just took us an hour to make a connection. Whew. That was Violet and var. Good question. Yeah, because I copied it from the docs. Because I copied it. It could have just like, yes, we could just list const or something here. Okay, okay. I don't know if this is rendering display driver embedded. What is the benefit of using React Native Godot? So the benefit is what you can see right now. I can extend my Godot, this is not my Godot app, someone else built this. I can extend this easily with React Native functionality. So I got now very quickly like, let's do like highscore.tsx. Implement dummy high score view. Okay. Save area view is not something you should use AI. Okay, thanks. So what you can do now is very quickly, I can have additional pages here. And let's say instead of having the handle jump stuff in here, I want to use the expo router, or I could just wrap my touchable opacity with that one. Link to expo router, wrap it around the touchable opacity as child. And now I'm pushing the high score page. And I'm essentially leaving Godot to implement the rest of my application, sort of a menu, sort of a high score page with React Native functionality. And then I can simply come back and join back into the Godot game. I think that's what makes this package really cool, that you can extend it. The same is kind of true for Expo DOM components. If you use Expo DOM components, you can drop like a web page HTML code into that DOM component. And you can extend it with native button calls, native functionalities. Like if I press that button, I could also have haptic feedback now. I could play a sound or whatnot. So I don't have to do all that stuff in Godot. And to kind of wrap it up here, we want to have 2 more buttons. And actually, let's do a touch. Let's keep that high score button. I think the idea was kind of cool. So maybe we can have that button, high score button, and then let's AI figure out the styling for the high score button. Where did we mess this up? Link, href, touchable opacity, link, Godot view. Where is that view coming from? Oh, no? Oh, because I got 2 in the view? Huh? Honestly? What am I missing? Can't I have like multiple corresponding JSX for link? Link? Oh yeah, touchable opacity automatically closed itself here. Thank you so much. Okay, where's my high score button now, by the way? High score button should be like top 20 or something. And then also, of course, we need the higher Z index. So, okay, we have our high score button, we have the jump button. I don't feel like this is very performant right now, but when I deploy this to my device, it's actually a lot faster. So this is probably just a simulator. I'm using the right rendering driver and stuff here. So I wonder why. You can even have multiple Godot videos. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why this is not faster right now. But again, on my device, it's definitely faster. So to wrap the Godot part up here today in the stream, let's add 2 more buttons. So to walk, I didn't just want to have one button because walking is different from like pressing this button. So for walking, what I wanted to do is use the React Native gesture handler, so can simulate like a press gesture. Therefore, I also need to wrap the gesture handler root view around my application here. Okay, and then get rid of this one. And with that in place, I can now set up a gesture detector from React Native gesture handler and attach a gesture to it. And then wrap inside like an animated view. Actually, I don't want to code all of that. Let me bring this one in. So I had this one done before. So here is my gesture detector, an animated view. We're gonna do the left button styling now. Quickly down here. I will also upload the code later, probably. And then we have the left button animated styling. Okay, couple of things missing. We still need animated, but not from React Native. We should get that from reanimated. So let's do animated from reanimated. And then we also have to, did I already have another one where I closed this like too early? Yeah, I cannot find name left button gesture. Chill, I will do this. Man. Can I just chill here? And I also need an animated styling. Hello, can you please just now calm down here, view? I hate it when I have these wiggle lines everywhere. Okay, better. So now we can focus. Okay, so for the gesture detector, for the left button gesture, what you want to do is you simply want to check when the user touches down, you want to have a worklet that calls the handle move press function. And this is essentially then going back to our Godot functionality. So handle move press is going to be some sort of function here. I want to set up 2 values here. So this is just for styling. I think it just looks better if we style our button correctly. So this is just something I wanted to bring in for you. Schedule on React Native is, by the way, new. This is from the React Native worklets package. I don't know if you used that before. We should also dive into that package in an upcoming stream. Pretty cool to put some stuff on there. Handle move press should also get a direction. I don't want to do that yet. And we have also handle move release, which is essentially the same as move press. But that this time, this one. Left button gesture.x. Who created that left button styling? Any of you? Did you restart the app? I kind of, yeah, I mean, I use Expo. I should probably just start it once again. Yeah, we still need to do that quickly. So I want to just for the left button change my opacity. Okay, that's all. Maybe the game is faster now. Let's see. Not exactly faster. I would say it's not rendering at all anymore. No, it's actually, yeah, it's so much better. Thank you so much, Chad. Restarting the app absolutely helped. Wow, this is so much better. Okay, so now if I hold down that button, we can see the animation. Let's do the second button as well. We just have to copy that over. So now we just need a second gesture. So let's call this right button gesture. It's essentially doing the same. We do a bit for the opacity of a button, and we do the handle move press. And when we move the touches up, we call handle move release. That are the essential functions that we still need to implement. So those two still need to connect with Godot. Let's add the button down here as well. So let me quickly add that one. AI, thank you so much for the help here. Oh yeah, we need the right button animation styling as well. Okay, we do have a left and a right button we can press, and we also have the jumping button. So now we just need to hook that up, and we kind of need to do the same thing as we did before. So in handle move press, I wonder if we should get that engine like once in our let's do it this way, and then we try, when it works, we try to optimize it. Okay, let's make it work first. So here we got like moving in a direction, and from Godot, oh, what was it called? Okay, start move left or stop move left. So we gotta check here. If direction is left, start move left, otherwise start move right. Exactly. And now we need to do the same here, but this time stop move left or stop move right. Let's see. Let's do a refresh. I think we sometimes need to reload the instance here. Okay. What is my code editor? I use cursor. Couple of things that can go wrong at this point. I think we updated, we ran the package script again, which replaced our package here, but I don't think iOS automatically picked it up. I don't know if it is enough to just run expo again, or if we need to do some like add to project again in Xcode. We're gonna see in a second. So I will just try the easy way and do expo run again. This is now a couple of minutes ago when we ran the script here to regenerate the skeleton after we added the scripts to the Godot file. I wonder if we have to like copy it again natively into Xcode, or if just replacing that file is enough. Hello, am I late? Yeah, well, a bit, but anyway, we took 40 minutes to figure out how it works, so you're never late. And we might also game a bit after this one. So the hard part of today is almost over. Let's see. Okay, install it again. And let's hope we have the new package now. Yeah, we do. So now I can just hold this down and it just keeps moving and keeps running, and we're connected here. And the cool thing is, I will now do one more thing. I will try to deploy this now to my iOS device. And because honestly, it just feels a lot better playing on my iOS device. So let's wait until this is built. But so far, we can already recap. You need to create a config plugin to copy the file in iOS. Yeah, that would be great. I think so. But it honestly shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be too hard. Just the other day in some project, I used the config plugin. You can just like do another JavaScript file and hook it up in the app.json. It's actually quite easy. So I just want to do like this one here, and then we'll soon be able. What do you think about Phaser.js? Yeah, that's a good question. I will also try something now to change my scene. We're gonna see. You can still see it. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I used Phaser some years ago. That was still with Ionic and Capacitor. I think it's actually a pretty cool project at that time as well. I never really got into it. But I think it's also a cool way. I don't know if is there like a Phaser React Native integration? I have no idea. Let me know, chat. YouTube videos were so helpful for my React Native software I made for my thesis. That's awesome to hear. Hope you got a good grade. Did you already get a grade? If you didn't get a good grade, it's not my fault, by the way. Also dump the generated file inside Xcode root project. Yeah. Yes, the stream is recorded and shared later. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think it should be quite easy to do the config plugin. But everyone who watched the stream now saw that you like have to create the package, you have to insert it into Xcode and make it part of the bundle, and then redeploy the application to really entirely make this work. So there are a couple of other things you can do with the Godot interface. This is essentially what we did. Right, we tried to find the child of that interface here. Pretty much exactly the code we ran to find our skeletal player. You just have to like be careful with the names and stuff. Have a good stream. Yeah, come back later. This is cool. I hope my 6-year-old phone can run a 3D. Yeah, I hope for you too. Why did you dump Ionic? Oh, that's a longer story. We can talk about that when we play WoW later. What you want is 60 FPS stable games. Phaser cannot provide this. Oh, cannot? I don't know. Well, if that's the case, that's a pity. Okay, so there's now one more thing I need to do here. Scan my QR code. Okay. And then I hope I'm not breaking anything here now. Here's the application running on my iOS device now. And voila. It actually feels pretty awesome with these buttons, with the gesture handler. Thank you so much for the rendering tip with the Metal engine. I can now quickly go to another file because I use Expo Router. And honestly, this kind of made me think like, should I learn Godot? I should probably go here. Then you can see it a bit better. And let's make this one bigger. This is our end result. So you see, I can now actively play and run. I'm doing this right now. I'm not doing like any fake video stuff or so. Only thing is, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can handle multiple press gestures here. Running and jumping doesn't work too great yet at the same time, but that's more of a React Native thing. What's the FPS count? Honestly, I think, what was the... where's the perf monitor? Obviously, the performance monitor isn't coming up. Maybe we're covering it, but it's absolutely fluent here when I play this. I don't notice any lag or drop. I think it should definitely be 60 FPS, 60. This is really, really cool. Yeah, I just like, it's so cool. The stuff that's possible with React Native. Now, I'm not a Godot developer. I said this at the beginning, and I said it at least 10 times during the stream. But making that stuff work with React Native is so cool. So if you have React Native developers, then you can easily embed your Godot game. Maybe you have someone who's an expert in Godot. They can do like a little game, and you can do the rest of the stuff. You can like do the React Native fun and hook up everything with React to Superbase or TinyBase or anything else for the backend. And then you drop in that Godot app and you connect it. Like, the possibilities are just so cool. And that's essentially what I wanted to show with this stream. I'm sorry it took like 40 minutes until we had the configuration set up, but now we finished it. And for everyone, like probably many people gonna skip to that part we just watched where I play it on the game and the phone. It took us a while to figure out all the steps we had to do correct, so check out the video from the beginning if you want to see that. Metal Engine and Godot is the way to go. If not, you go Unreal Mobile. Yeah, I mean, we said this here. Thanks again to, forgot the name, but Born creators here of that package were in the chat as well. Thank you so much for providing the information that I should use the rendering driver Metal and rendering method Mobile. Maybe this could be added to the README here as well. But that made the game really unbelievable fast. That is really, really, absolutely a pleasure to play. And I hope we're going to see more of those games in the future. Now, I call this stream React Native Games, but, or React Native, I think Godot Games, something. There's more I wanted to show you. Not a Godot game exactly, but the last couple of days, I think it was just yesterday, I was very busy with one thing, and that is developing a little game. And I want to show you how far I've come. This is my own little pet project. How can I close this? Let's do it a bit bigger. Bunix Expo Run iOS. This is a little crafting game. Hello, please. Come on. I got quite some files open here, huh? I should probably sometimes close a file. I think that would be quite good for my performance here. Every now and then. Okay. Okay. So I'm a big fan of games like Heyday. I don't know if you know this, where you like plant crops, you harvest them, and you craft things. But I wanted to build something easier, and I want to build it with React Native because I'm like a 90s kid. And so I came up with this concept for my own application. I always wanted to build my own game. And honestly, most of the game you will see now, like all these pages, all these components, all the game engine, I would say about 90% was generated with AI. I've wrote like 200 lines of code in this project, but pretty much everything beyond that was like prompts. And it worked, as I said, really, really great with the new cursor engine. You can like this is the kind of stuff I do. Look up here. This is what I said. The new add crafting slot box in the card isn't opening on click when I don't have enough diamonds, but it should show our not enough diamonds modal. I'm really not too specific here, but cursor is usually able to figure out all that stuff. It shows me the changes here, adds whatever needs to be done, and usually I could just keep all. This is also show the barn usage. Like, I don't make any complicated prompts at this point. I just try to make very specific prompts. Like, I press the button and the button isn't working. Okay, hey, figure this out. So this is essentially the kind of prompt I'm currently giving to cursor. I'm not, like, I didn't tell it initially to create a Heyday clone and gave it like 5 pages. That's usually not working great. But if you have these specific requirements, or if you have something, let's say, to implement a new feature, then it worked really great. Especially the composer model, as I said before, but I think I'm approaching the limits, so I might have to purchase like more credits or so. So it's coming up. Let me show you what I've been tinkering on. Maybe I'm going to do like test flight soon. If you're interested, let me know in the chat if anyone wants to become a tester here. Let's see. Come up. So far it's called Tiny Harvest. Why are you not opening Tiny Harvest? Let's see. No apps connected. Opening on iPhone 16 Pro. Yeah, thanks for nothing. I think the Godot example somehow messed up my schemes here. Not exactly sure how it did that, but since I have the application, it didn't change anything native. I can also just run Bunix Expo, and I should be able, in my emulator. Oh my. I think it's now opening like 5 times or so. Always great if you want to make a demo. Moby, really love your videos. Thanks. Yeah, the app clones. Yeah, they take so long. The app clones. They take so unbelievable long. Why am I not able to close this now? I actually built my own app called Mobia, and it's now live on the App Store. That's cool. Nice. I always love this when people take action. So simulator, you suck. You absolutely suck. I will not use you anymore. Maybe I'm also doing a bit too much for my PC. So let's try again. We're trying to open on iOS. Now the simulator launches. Okay. We're doing with a fresh simulator then. Okay. Let's see. Nice. We're encountering interesting issues today. We have a bunch of interesting issues. Oh my. I just wanted to show you that game. Come on. Now it's coming up. Flip table, really? An error was encountered, whatever. That simulator is absolutely messed up here. And I can't close any of the apps on it. That's the most annoying thing right now. You see, it's just like absolute trash here. Probably I should just remove the application and reinstall it. I think that would be best for all of us. Also, I think... why do I have to use like an old... Isn't there something newer? iPhone 16 Pro? iPhone 17 Pro? Why can I not use something like that? Why do I have to use this old simulator? This one should be closed now. This one open. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know, React Native really annoys me. This is one of these moments where I think, like, why is it not just working? Why am I doing this? So let's try to simply deploy it from iOS straight to our device. That's probably going to be easier. By the way, if you're not subscribed on Twitch or YouTube, do it now. I might be live more often over the next time. iPhone 17 Pro, Tiny Harvest. Let's go. Thanks. How's this here? Yeah. Okay. Is it still coming up? Banix Expo. I think I'm like asking a bit too much of my computer today. With the streaming, with the Godot editor, with Xcode running. Yeah. It's always when you want to show something cool. I should have just kept the process running in the background. Why did I close it for Godot? But I promise it's gonna be there in a second. But anyway, I'm just happy that we like did the stream. You know, if you don't do something for 2 years, I always had the idea to do it again, but I never did it. So I'm happy we now took the first step. I don't know if I'm gonna have a weekly live stream. As I said in the beginning, I'm just like, I just want to hang out with you. It's so cool if you help me out, if we figure things out together, if we look at new stuff together. I got new ideas. I just want to have that more often. And I don't want to have a fixed schedule. So for the next streams, really don't expect that things work. They will probably break a lot, but we will also figure stuff out as we go. And maybe I can also finally get my game to work at some point. And also, this friend here is also waiting for me. You know what that is? I don't know if you're still working, but the stream is kind of like the end of my gaming week, of my work week. So I think maybe it's time for a hardcore character. I don't know. I'm a bit scared. I've never played that. The problem is the recording here will be on YouTube. It will be called React Native Godot games. And if I just like at some point decide I don't want to do this anymore, I just want to play some random game with you, then the recording is kind of messed up. But if I just like put it to the end, so we do like the thing that's in the title of the stream first, then people can simply decide in the end if they want to stick with us, if you want to keep watching when you're live here, or if you want to drop out. So I think maybe that's like the middle ground between work and fun. So it would be absolutely incredible, Xcode, if you could finally finish that build. It is not the biggest application on earth, really. I don't know exactly what you're doing here. Yeah, even the simulator already shuts down. Oh my. No, please come back. I don't know. How do I unlock this? I didn't lock this. Thanks for subscribing. How do I get back to the main view of the simulator now? No. iPhone, please. This isn't working at all. I can also show you an older example on my phone. Probably that's a better idea. It's getting more and more here. I don't want to do this anymore. This is just a bad joke, really. Yeah, now you're open up. Ah, come on. I'll do it one last time. Let's see. I need to start my reflector up again. And then I can show you. It looks a bit better by now, honestly, already. But do I want to show you the latest version? Or I did some, you know, I don't want to call it vibe coding. Oh, we had a question to discuss anyway. So I don't want to call what I did for that project vibe coding, because I think it's more like AI assisted coding. I don't know, vibe coding has this, that people think people who have no idea about coding are trying to come up with a game or some application and just piece together stuff. But I kind of know what I'm doing. I sometimes also tell the AI to, hey, please use this package. Why are we not using Zustand? Let's do it like that. I feel like in our case as a developer, it's more like AI-assisted coding, and it's not just vibe coding. So the term is a bit, yeah, at least for me, whenever I hear vibe coding, I always imagine exactly how those people looked at vibe code and built successful apps. So I don't know, maybe I am vibe coding, but I just try to mark myself as more of a AI assisted coding. Okay, but while this is running, okay, one more question. You know, when I built mobile without Mac or phone, only using Android and Windows per se, somehow live on App Store worked perfectly. Oh, that is amazing, man. If you only have Windows for testing and then your app actually works on iOS correctly, that is amazing. But if you stick to like a proven path of components in Expo and React Native, the chances are actually pretty high if you're not doing any kind of crazy stuff outside of the bubble. But still, that's super cool to hear. Congratulations again on that. You were with the thesis, right? I hope you got a good grade, or you get a good grade in the future when you get the grade. Are there any gamers here in the chat. And if you play, let me know, what are you currently playing? I mean, not exactly in this moment. In this moment, you're probably watching my stream and you're chilling, or you're eating, or you're working. I don't know. But what do you play in general? Like, what are the cool kids playing these days? I heard that more and more people are moving again back to WoW Classic. And I think it's pretty cool. I played it as well. But is there anything else? Like Dota? I played Dota before. Is League of Legends still a thing? What's the coolest thing right now? I just want to know. And meanwhile, my application actually has built. So I wonder if it has built for the right simulator that we have open. If that is not the case, I will show you a preview version on a different device. But I will give this one last chance now. So let's go back to the main screen here. 0 errors, 0 warnings. So how about you now install the application? Please, from here, take it, place it there, put up an app icon with a little corn. Okay, that is a corn plant, my friends, not what you think. Just place it there and install it on the simulator. Thank you, Epsilon. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for watching the videos. Stay subscribed. More live streams hopefully coming soon. Okay. This thing here today wants to ignore me. It just doesn't want to build anything. I'm very sad about this because I really made progress on the app. And I absolutely wanted to show it to you. But it looks like what is good is not given. We can't do this, folks. I will close my simulator. Yeah, it's just completely, the simulator is just yeah, of course. Oh, okay. I give you one last chance. Are you installing it somewhere, or are you just like playing with my feelings at this point, Xcode? So, is the application anywhere installed? On iPhone 16 Pro. Okay, you said it's on iPhone 16 Pro. So that means we could close that one. Okay, cool. Good one. And we're back at where we were before. Yeah, this is not working. Something about the caching, the package, whatever. I can't even, like, I need to probably restart my PC at some point. Let's do the reflector preview. So here is my tiny little application. It has become a bit better at this point, as I said, but this is the general idea. And I made most of this with AI tools. You can do a bunch of things, actually. You can do like plant crops in here. It actually has sounds. You can, of course, harvest stuff. The problem here was that my barn was full and I actually couldn't improve my barn. That setting wasn't in here yet. I have buildings for animals. I have other buildings in which I can craft items, so I reworked that a bit in how like the crafting mechanism works. There's like an order screen on which I can submit orders. There will be a map with different areas where you can gather items. You can see like a header, and at this point it is already a bit further progressed than this year. I changed the UI in a couple of areas. But as I said, most of what you see here, including sounds, including the toast notifications, including the game arc and when things unlock, when do we get a level up, pretty much everything in here was with AI. And I mean, the ideas I had for the different elements. I don't know if anyone's ever going to play this. I know that my dad will probably play it because he likes the things I develop and work on. I don't know if anyone else will play it. But I actually kind of enjoyed playing this. So I noticed that a couple of times today when I had this, I actually picked up my phone to like harvest my crops and start new things to craft. So there is something to this game. Honestly, I'm the target audience for this game. Then I have some ideas. I just don't know how to make it really like addictive. Probably like a path, some events, I just don't like. There's something missing to me in terms of general upgrade path or so. So yeah, that is my game. It's coming along nicely. I will keep you updated about the progress. And just like before the Godot build, that took unbelievable long and so much longer than expected. Yeah, closing this window is taking a bit longer. Thanks everyone for checking out. Now begins the, I thought I'd make this a record this moment because I never did this before. So from this point on, we're kind of done with coding. You can still ask questions and we can keep talking a bit about React Native and stuff. But I also want to start a bit of the casual part here of the stream and have some fun. For every 30 cookie cutters, like Lola. Yeah. Where is it now? We're gonna do it together. We're gonna start a character together. Let's do it, folks. Let's just do it. Feel free to leave if you don't want to hang out with us. I should have. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear the game sound. Probably you can't. So I probably need to fix this for the next time so you also hear the game sound. Definitely an orc or a troll. And I kind of want it to be, I don't know what I want it to be. I want it to be a hunter or a warrior. I don't know. No, I don't want to be undead. I want to be troll or undead. I think I never played a hunter before. Can we just I don't know. Oh, randomize, yeah. Randomize is always good. How do I look? What's closest to Simon? This one. Oh my goodness. He looks so ugly. Where's this nose coming from? Oh, that one looks fancy. Okay, we need a fancy name. Maybe we call this one Godot. Yeah, okay, nice. No, the name's unavailable. Oh no. I don't know about the name. Simon something. Simonix? No, that's Stream. Simon. Ah, damn, I need a name. That's the hardest part, in WoW. Naming your character. Simon is probably taken, huh? Yeah, of course. Yeah, that name is on. Can I just also have a random name generator? Yeah, okay. We got a recommendation. Godot. You got it. That's the name. Godot is it? Okay. Let's see. So for everyone joining right now, because YouTube or something recommended this, or Twitch recommended this, WoW Hardcore is you have a character, and if you die, that's it. So you better not die. The problem is I never played Hunter in my life.
What do you need? Strength.
But you will be able to. Okay. At least my add-ons are working. Looks like we're on our own. We need to do some Need to slay some boars. I never played Hunter. How does it actually work? Can I just like... Oh, that's so cool. I can just shoot at things. Oh my, this is like really the initial experience. So, for everyone who's now like, oh, I need to play some WoW again. Yeah, WoW Classic it is, my friends. Don't play retail. Go with this. You won't regret it. I mean, in terms of your time spent, you will probably regret it. But I mean, you gotta that's the thing, you gotta think differently about this. It's not like wasted time if you intentionally take like an hour or two after your work to play some WoW. I don't think that is like a bad investment if you just chill. Pick this up, come on. I wonder if I think differently about this when the first time I die on a hardcore realm at like a higher level and then all the time is like wasted. But it's actually pretty empty over here. I thought there would be more folks. Usually if you check out WoW Classic, there are quite a lot of people. Why is it not automatically picking up my stuff? I usually have like an add-on doing that. Can you actually... Oh, you're not seeing my world map. Yeah, my monitor is... That's a big problem. It's at like kinda to the left and the right hand side. There's like an area that's cut off. That's really annoying. I don't know exactly how to make that work. One question for everyone in the chat. Can you hear the game sounds, I wonder? Or can you only hear me? Because when I did a recording, I think I actually had the game sounds on the recording as well. But I haven't checked it again now. So I'd be curious if you hear like the in-game sounds, the bows and whatever I'm doing. Let me know, chat. Maybe you also don't really have me on sound. That would be interesting. I mean, if you don't have the sound on, yeah, you can still see what I'm doing. But you probably wouldn't. Oh yeah, I'm level 2. We made it to level 2, folks. We made it to level 2 on a hardcore realm. But I don't know if my heart can handle anything beyond that. Oh, there's a quest down there. Probably gotta go to the center here. Oh, you can hear both sounds. That's funny. That's cool. That's cool. Because I think when some people watch this afterwards, it's actually kinda relaxing to hear the sounds, especially the game music. At least I always found that to be really relaxing. Like just running through the area here. I'm gonna probably just do like 10 more minutes. Yes, sound, it's fine. That's good to know for the future, absolutely. Good to know. It's also interesting that still more than 20 people in here.
Go for victory.
So maybe some of you just forgot to tune out. But again, thank you all for joining today. It's been real fun to come back. And when we play next time together, I might have a higher level, or I might have died then already. We shall see. I have another classic char that I need to level up a bit, which I was playing with a friend, so he's a bit mad that I'm now starting another hardcore character here. Sorry about that. But there's so much you have to do and think about when you're playing WoW Classic. Like everything becomes more important again. The whole like auctions and your skills and your professions.
Bye bye now.
The training here, like if you come from new, it's really strange. Shows the location of all nearby beasts. I don't know even. As I've never played, because I've never played a hunter before, I have no idea what like the skills are and what you need to do. It might suck a bit. Anyway, by the way, where are you tuning in from? What's the time where you? Because it's right now afternoon time in Germany, and as I said before, this is like the end. Probably the end of my work week at this point. I wonder if you're already chilling out, or if you just like, where you tuning in from. The enemies are getting stronger. I can sense it. I gotta be a bit careful here. Otherwise my journey... Automatic. Just take it. Auto loot. Yes, please. But so far I feel Hunter is really easy. Like, you shoot a bit, nobody's going to kill you. It's pretty easy. You got a couple of skills here. I got attack. Where do I have to go and what do I have to do here? Oh yeah, I need to harvest these things. Like if you don't have add-ons that show you where to go, that's also the thing in Classic. It's so much harder. You have absolutely no idea what you gotta do. You really need to read the quest text and stuff, which is very unusual if you come from retail. But it's so relaxing. I feel like that's the best way currently to decompress. After you had a bad day with debugging React Native applications and making a React Native build work, you just come here, you run around, you shoot some scorpions, you harvest some cactus apples, you just have a good time. That's a perfect way to relax after a day of work with React Native. India, 8:20 p.m. Oh, that's interesting. So it's like perfect India time. Okay. Yeah, I think there were, like for East Coast, it's about 8, 9-ish a.m. So I don't know, maybe some folks from the East Coast were joining initially as well. But yeah, I don't expect too many people from the United States to tune in that early. Okay, India. Yeah, it's like India prime time. Yeah, it's hard to find. Like, I could also stream in the morning, which is probably, I mean, for India, it would actually be okay, I guess. But that's like in the middle of the night for the United States. So it doesn't really make too much sense in that case. Nobody would join, I guess, at that point. Let's do this level, though. Let's take this dude here to level 3 or whatever we are. What level am I? I'm level 2. So let's take it to level 3 and then we're gonna end the stream for today. Then we have achieved React Native Godot. We've seen a little game, and honestly I'm already addicted to go back to my game and do a bit more AI coding. It works so good and I really just want to build that game. You know, I really had this over the last time that I just like feel I want to build that thing. And as I said, I know that it's probably not a big thing. Nobody's going to play the 100th indie game, which doesn't even have good graphics and stuff. But I always wanted to build a game, and if I can just check that box off, I finally did it. So I will do it. And as I said, I honestly kind of enjoyed playing it for a couple of minutes here and there, and that's the whole idea. It's actually offline first, so you don't need to need a connection. That was the idea. You can play it on the subway. You can check in as a busy parent when you're just quickly on the toilet break and just want to start some builds for some minutes. You could play it also on a plane. That's the whole idea, because all these other games, as I said, Heyday and what influences me, you usually always need to be online to play those games. So otherwise the game won't open at all. And I hope I can make mine a bit different. I still want to have some online content in the game, but the essential stuff here should really work offline as well. How old are you when you started coding? Phew. I was how old? That's a good question, honestly. I can't exactly find documents, but I think very early. I know that my brother started, he's like 4 years older than me, 3.5 or so. So he was probably like 16, 17. So I assume it was around 12, 13. I learned C++ back then and HTML. So I built little web pages and I built like a random shell script game thing. And from there on in school, I also learned some programming, a bit more, professional, let's say. So yeah, I think it was around 12, 13. I know, it's kind of early, especially like this week I turned 36. I don't feel like 36. I don't feel like I'm getting closer to 40, but anyway. If I look back and say like I started with 12, that's like 24 years of holy moly. That's way too long. I didn't want to be in that so long. Yeah, that's really a long time. Damn. I always thought with 40 I want to be done with programming. So far I don't think I will be. That might still take some time until I'm done. But I mean, you can say a programmer your whole life, I guess. The only thing I'm worried about is, of course, the AI stuff right now. I don't really know where this is going over the next couple of years. Bring his claw back. What do you want from me? Because I can see, you know, I'm building this game and I'm writing like almost no code on my own anymore. It's a bit scary. It's kind of scary. So, oh nice, we just turned level 3. I said I want to stop at level 3, but you know how it is. We're just like when you're in a role, you just want to continue. Yeah, the whole AI topic is like you can't plan. I can't say I will be a programmer for the next 20 years. I don't think that's gonna be a legit thing. Like programmers won't be replaced over the next 5 years, but you will have to use the AI tools and they will get better and you can do even fancier things. We'll probably require programmers in a different way then. That also means you have to adapt and you have to once again learn something new. And that's the thing I don't know. As a developer, you really always have to learn something new and stay up to date, especially if you're in React Native and JavaScript world in general. And that's sometimes really a lot to stay up to date. And that is pretty much the thing I don't know if I want to do forever. I really like to program and code all the time. But like this whole staying up to date with the latest stuff, yeah, that's probably the thing I enjoy the least. Okay, what do I have to do? I don't want to kill all these people. Yeah, we need some more tails from the scorpions. What else do we need? Do I have to buy something as a hunter? Oh yeah, I do have like a quiver here. Probably need to take care of that and buy some material at some point. The good thing is we haven't died so far. I don't know if someone ever died at like level 2 on WoW Hardcore. But definitely not me. I can say that it's definitely not going to be me. But what you quickly notice here, if you actually happen to end up playing the game because you thought, oh, I might get back into WoW again, it is so slow. It really forces you to enjoy the journey more. You see, the landscapes are huge, the drop rates are low. It really takes a lot of time to finish quests, and then when you finish a quest, it like just gives a bit of XP, but really not a lot. So everything just takes infinitely longer. And you can either complain about that and think like, oh, this is so bad, I don't want to do this. Or you just opt into the flow and accept that this game is slower and that you just like run from area to area. You're probably not gonna be level 60 in 10 days or so. But you don't have to. Like, you can also just play it on your own. We're a bit older by now. I'm not 15 anymore. I can't just like on hours play this game. I can play an hour here and I can play an hour there. And this shaman has taken away the damn scorpions I want to kill. That's not very nice. So these are my thoughts on on gaming right now and playing WoW. It's really something I try to enjoy here and there when I want to relax. Kind of intentional and not like it used to be when I was 15 or 16, when you just grinded along and wanted to keep up with your friends and played like all night long. That's just not going to happen anymore. Are we done here? Actually close to the next level already. This hunter is fun. It's like, I can just play the whole time. I played a mage before and you're like half of the time I'm sitting on the ground refreshing my mana. I'm from Bangladesh. Yeah, I assume Bangladesh is probably a similar time zone. Oh, come on. Now we need just one more. Can we finish this, please? Let me just get one more Dame Scorpion. I don't want to do these little dudes here. I know I have to get them as well. But I want to have... constantly moving. I'm still on Next.js 14. Yeah. It's the thing, like... Next.js is moving so fast as well. That's also really, really hard. RCs and everything. It just takes a lot of time. And then, especially if you work for a company, you might not even use the latest stuff at work. You're like behind 5 versions in Next.js land. That makes it so much harder than to like, do I want to stay up to date with all the latest and greater things? But then we kind of never really use it at work. Yeah, it's a hard, absolutely see that it's hard for people. There was some other comment. You're a legend, bro. AI can't replace you. Thank you. My first app built with React Native Expo took me 40 days to build and learn. I'm super happy, yeah, to help. Yeah, you know, that's this thing. AI can write you a lot of code, and it can also do some good explanation. I just try to like be the personal node in that whole AI stuff, because that's the only thing AI can't really do. AI can't give you, I mean, it can give you some jokes, but you're probably not laughing about the jokes ChatGPT is giving you in a chat. That's probably the only thing I can do. So, I mean, it's honestly, some real talk, it's hard as a creator. I can see that like the numbers are going down, page views of galaxies and stuff, because people are using AI to answer all the questions. Who's doing a Google search for something is not working with React Native? Most people turn to ChatGPT or Claude or what other first. So like everything that I previously did in terms of SEO stuff, it's pretty much like I can just throw it away. So that's kind of annoying. I have to find new ways, and honestly the live stream was sort of like one of the ideas I had. But then I knew it never really worked in the past, so I was skeptical. So I just want to keep this light, as I said. And just want to hang out with you here and do fun things together. And I know I just wanted to do that one level, and now we're already doing the next level. But it's cool to hang out with you, and it's actually cool to play WoW while talking a bit about tech. On work, I remember using Obyte star templates still on React Native, and oh boy, it wasn't fun. I couldn't even get the app to work. Yeah, that's the thing. Most companies and applications will be so far behind what you see on like social media, or the latest version of 10 stack is out, and the latest version of React Native is out, and you're already 5 versions behind and cry what you should be doing. So I know. I mean, some companies gonna use the latest stuff. Some startups are up to date. Yeah, this game was also built in React Native. That's the reason we're playing here. Hello, thanks for tuning in late. The React Native part is already over. We did the work for today. Now we're trying to de-stress from 40 minutes of debugging build errors with Expo and React Native. So far, I think it works pretty good. But I think we'll be good because it's already 4 p.m. and we're actually live for 2 hours already. Ah, I didn't expect to be on that long. It's good. It's cool if you just like hang around and keep chatting. I like that. Thanks for that, folks. Okay, 2 more of these little blue dudes. Then I'll head back to the village and we'll call it a day. I actually think next time... yeah, Cursor might build me this game as well. Next time, I think we're gonna look into Uniwind. So far, I just read a couple of things about it, and I really wanted to get more into it. So I think we'll turn off all the AI recommendation, or maybe we're gonna use some AI recommendation, and try to build something with Uniwind. Just get a feel for how it works, how the setup is, how the developer experience is, how fast it works. Are you from USA was the question? I'm from Sri Lanka. No, I'm from Germany. I'm not from the United States. I'm from Germany. That's also why the time zone works, I guess, pretty good for most of you. All right, we got 3 quests to hand in. We're gonna do that. Maybe I'm gonna kill that folk. No, I'll leave it to him. He needs it more than I do. We did a good job here in the starting area. Yeah, keep streams casual and exploring. Yeah, exactly. That's the. And I just know that if I plan for a weekly stream and commit to that, and tell you next time we're gonna explore this super challenging topic, then I feel the pressure to create something up front, have a working example, and then we do it. Yeah, I will do that 3 times, and then we will not have a stream for 2 years. So maybe this way, by keeping it a bit lighter, we can keep the momentum up. We actually had to the prime time of this stream, I think almost 50 people. I'll have to check the stats. I didn't look correctly at the numbers, but I think that's pretty cool.
Be safe.
So let's complete the stuff here. Let's sell everything we don't need. Okay, it looks like we didn't need all of that trash. We're now level 4. Let's send this one in as well.
For the horde.
Okay. And then we had another quest somewhere here. There's not something I can stay overnight here, I guess. Okay, we got good equipment. Was there like a hunter warrior trainer? What is this here? Hunter trainer. Is there anything else I can learn? Oh, I can learn aspect of the monkey. Whatever that is. And serpent sting.
Be careful, Mike.
I've never played this. Beast mastery. Instant cast. Yeah, I don't know what it does. And what is this here? Serpent stings. 20 nature down. Oh, sounds good. Okay, interesting one. Alrighty, folks. I'm gonna go into this one. Maybe this helps me to relax. We'll exit now. So, that's it for today, for a nice little chill out round. Thanks everyone for joining. It was a pleasure to build a bit with Godot. We actually had some folks from the Godot team not from the Godot team, from the React Native Godot package in the chat. Thanks for your support. Thanks everyone else for the nice comments. I hope I'll be back next week or the week after. Maybe I'll get lost in my game and can't come back. I don't know, but I'll do my best. Thanks everyone, and have a great rest of your week, and I will catch you next time.